Kelly, come on in. Welcome to my home. So glad you could join us. It really is just probably like your home. It's my living room. What you want to see is my kitchen. Let's go. So this is my kitchen, and this is where I guess the magic happens. It's not, I would imagine it's just like anybody else's kitchen. The average person is what I consider myself. So I don't have, you know, the double oven or the 10 burners that you see going on these other cooking shows. I have 4 electric burners, 1 oven, and a microwave. You know, really tired of cooking the same things over and over, and looking for new ideas, new recipes, and maybe a different way to cook chicken, or a different way to cook a hamburger, or a different way to cook a turkey. So it's really informational type of sharing, type of show that we want to do with people that are just like myself, just like you, male, female, young, old. You know, I think it's very important to, I spend a lot of time in my kitchen. I probably spend as much time here as I spend at work, it seems like. You know, I spend a lot of time in my refrigerator. That's why it's probably always empty. My refrigerator stays empty. I am the only woman in a house full of men and little men, so they eat constantly and they drink constantly, and we're trying to do it on a budget, and we still want delicious food and still want it somewhat, I guess, fun. My little one, he's the baker. He does cookies, and he does his banana bread, and he does all the little, you know, pies and things like that. So we give him that. My oldest, not quite sure what he cooks. It's nothing I would ever eat. Usually smells bad. Usually dirties up a lot of dishes, and yeah, but he seems to like it. But does he cook for the rest of us? No. So keep it locked right here. We'll be right back.
Plan to participate in the annual Metro Detroit Youth Day being held Wednesday, July 17th at the Athletic Field in Belle Isle. For more information or to register, contact the Michigan Food and Beverage Association or log on to metrodetroityouthday.com.
Hi, my name is Kelly Scott, and I'm the host of the Average Joe Cooking Show. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what the show means to me and why I thought it was important to do. First, it kind of came about as meeting my own needs, I guess. Really just kind of looking and watching other cooking shows and seeing something missing from those. And, you know, I'm just an average person. I'm not a chef. I don't pretend to be. I don't even like cooking all the time. You know, but I have to feed my family, and I want the food to be good, and I want it to be reasonable, and I'd like to have some variety. You know, every day I get up, my routine is pretty much the same. I get up, I get my kids up. In the morning. Wake up. Time for breakfast. Wake up, sleepyhead. Time for breakfast. Or where do I get that from? So, you know, you have these mom-to-mom kind of sales where you can go and swap clothes, you can swap ideas of, you know, education and all these different things, but we really don't have anything like that for recipes. So I thought, you know, this show would get us talking to people who are just like myself and you, who are not formally trained chefs, who, you know, maybe grew up cooking. And so that's kind of how the show was really birthed. I mean, it's really from my heart. I think it's something that's missing. It's something that I think, you know, people like myself want, which is recipe ideas. Basically, just, you know, and making it fun and really going into these people's homes and seeing what their life is like a little bit so that we understand why this meal is important to them. So I never, you know, used the recipe thing. So even when I would watch the cooking shows, it just, you know, it just wasn't clicking with me. And I would talk to my girlfriends, and they pretty much call me for ideas on what to cook, you know. And so I really didn't have an outlet for that either. And so I just started talking to them about, you know, watch this cooking show and tell me what you think. Or, I mean, even at my dentist's office, just different women, you know, and even men that I would come across, and just ask them in conversation, like, have you seen a cooking show? You know, and men watch them too.
Trinity Jordan Couture makes the fine handbags, accessories, and more, and is a proud sponsor of the OSMN network. Trinity Jordan Couture is sold in fine boutiques everywhere.
Well, once I realized that the show, the idea that I had, needed to be out there, and how important it would be for something like that to be on TV, I thought, who did I know that could help me with this? And I have a friend who I consider a family member, more like an uncle or father, and he's a producer. So I thought, you know, well, let me bounce this off of him. And I told him the premise of the show, which was just that I'm the average Joe. I'm just like you or anybody else, and I've never been to culinary school. I've never had any type of formal training when it came to cooking, but I cook every day, and I think I'm pretty good at it. And if I think I'm pretty good at it and people really like my food, then there have got to be other people like myself who feel the same way about their food, and who wouldn't mind sharing their recipes with me and the rest of America, and that we had something that other people like ourselves would be interested in. I mean, it's more average Joes than it is top chefs. I mean, that's just the truth. And I think we all can probably say at some point or another we're tired of eating the same thing. So when the Average Joe cooking show came about, and my producer and we sat down and we kind of really kind of hammered it out as to what it would look like and what it would be and what it would mean to our viewers, and how, you know, how would it impact people. We thought the best way to do it would be to make you, the viewer, part of the show, incorporate you personally, and we found that there were lots of people that were willing to allow us into their homes and be a part of it because they understood the need for it. So keep it locked right here. We'll be right back.
Plan to participate in the annual Metro Detroit Youth Day being held Wednesday, July 17th at the Athletic Field in Belle Isle. For more information or to register, contact the Michigan Food and Beverage Association or log on to metrodetroityouthday.com.
Welcome to the Average Joe Cooking Show. I'm your host, Kelly Scott, and we have a great show planned for you today. I'm very excited to have a special guest with us who has graciously invited us into her home to cook one of her special meals. Let's meet our Average Joe.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Glad you could join us. This is
Deanna Cannon.
Deanna Cannon. So I know you like to go by the nickname D, and that's what I'm going to call you the rest of the show.
Okay.
Just want to make sure that you're comfortable. So what exactly are you going to be cooking for us today?
Well, I'm making a vegetable chicken stir fry.
Sweet! I love stir fry. It's simple, it's easy, and gets you right back on the go. Yeah. Absolutely.
So we're going to start off with 2 boneless chicken skin breasts. One is already diced.
Okay. Now, I see that you made these in like little chunks. Is that what
chunks,
you did? Okay.
Yeah. Medium chunks.
Okay.
You're going to start out by the thickest part and cut down the middle. Now, you want to be careful that you don't want to cut all the way down to your hand.
Okay.
So you want to stop like that.
Now, about how long is this preparation?
Well, it only take probably about 10 to 15 minutes for each preparation.
So she's chosen to use chicken breast, rice, mushrooms, and all these other things which are going to make her recipe delicious. But for your recipe, you can definitely pick and choose what you want. And what makes it so fun is you can pick and choose your meat as well as your vegetable. I've seen it, and sometimes I've made it myself with shrimp or beef. You've chosen chicken, which is going to be just as delicious. And definitely you can pick and choose your vegetables. You can definitely use frozen vegetables. We've chosen fresh vegetables, which will be delicious as well. And the good thing about this meal is you were gracious enough to allow us to go grocery shopping with you today at her local grocer.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and start cutting that.
Okay.
I'll start slicing this. Is there any particular way I should do this?
Yeah. Actually, you want to cut the ends off.
Okay.
Both tails.
Okay.
And then you want to slice it just a little bit, just to cut the first layer.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to peel it back, the first layer.
Okay. Do
you
you
want
want it in slices or chunks or
Slices.
quarters or okay. Slices.
Yeah.
All right. Hope you got me a sharp knife.
Now, when you're cutting your green pepper, you want to cut it face up because it's easier.
Okay.
You just want to cut in strips.
Now, would you ever use in your recipe any variations of this, or is this pretty standard? Because
No,
I know we
actually-
have, yellow bell pepper,
Yeah.
red bell pepper. Do you ever try those?
Yeah, red peppers actually give it a better, give it a little bit better taste.
Mm-hmm.
Green peppers is common. You can use yellow peppers, anything. It's just
Okay.
the stir fries of your favorite vegetables.
Okay.
That's about it.
Because I have to cook with onions, so I just tell my kids, just make them big enough, just rip them right out.
You make them small enough, they won't know that was in there.
Oh, they do. You'd be surprised. My little one he literally holds things up to the light like, is this an onion, Mom?
Just got off work, just got paid, ready for the weekend, ready for... Well, meet me at Simply Casual Clothing Store on the historic Avenue of Fashion, Detroit's premier boutique shopping destination for your weekend rendezvous. Ladies, whether it's premium skinny jeans or a French cuff shirt or a hot cocktail dress, so you can flirt. Too much to choose from, clothes galore. Simply Casual is our personal candy store. Gentlemen, picture a conveyor belt that rotates. Choose between 900 dress shirts. Before you choose your date, the flyest blazers, jackets, and jeans. Simply Casual Clothing Store. The hottest fashion playground you've ever seen. Nationally known, locally respected. Simply cool, simply smooth, simply casual. Livernois at Otta Drive. Call 313-864-7979. That's 313-864-7979. Stop by today.
Okay.
And I'm a very clean cook, so I'm very annual. You want to wipe out the wok.
Right.
And lightly cover the bottom with spraying vegetable oil or canola oil.
Okay.
Put like a teaspoon. You just want to just spray it so it won't stick.
Now that's her preference. You can definitely use peanut oil for sure. Vegetable, canola, corn, whatever you choose to use that fits within your diet. Okay, so Dee, you're going to go ahead and add the chicken. Wok looks very hot right now, so
Yeah.
is that okay to put it in now?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
We want to start with adding a little pinch of seasoning. Just to get it
Now,
good.
how much seasoning would you say? That's like a teaspoon?
2 teaspoons.
2
that's about
teaspoons?
it.
Okay.
And just a pinch of salt to, to taste.
Good.
And then you want to start with your chicken. Now, it's going to be hot.
So when you put the chicken in there, make sure that you're careful because it could splash, but she's only using, I wouldn't even say that amounts to a teaspoon of oil, which is great for a wok. You can use a little bit of oil to get the job done. So that's awesome. Okay, so it looks like the chicken is done and it smells wonderful. I wish you guys were in her house with us. I mean, it's totally aromatic. So I'm very excited to eat it. I cannot wait. But we're gonna go ahead and start with the mixed vegetables. We're gonna do the stir fry first.
Okay.
Okay, here you go.
First, we're just going to add the stir fry. Basically, just an average bag of mixed vegetables.
And this is again the broccoli, the snap pea, and the carrot mixture. And what are these?
I think these are bean sprouts.
Okay.
Yep. And like every vegetable, bag of vegetable, they come in different variety. And then next we're going to add the onion and bell pepper.
Now how long will we let this cook? Because I know you mentioned earlier you don't like it to get mushy or really soft. So you just want crisp vegetables?
Yeah, crisp vegetables. It should take about 15 minutes because after you add the sauce, it should coat it nicely, but you want it to cook through.
Now would you say it's ready?
Yep, it's almost ready. You want to say, just make sure all the vegetables is coated. And like I said, you don't want to keep it in too long so that the vegetables can remain crisp. But I can say it's ready. See, the onions is transparent.
Okay.
And it looks pretty good.
It looks delicious.
Ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat. You just put it on there all together while everything is cooking, not after.
Nope.
Okay. But again, this is her recipe, so feel free to add the teriyaki before, after, however you want to do it to make it your own special recipe.
And then you're going to add like a half cup of water.
Okay. Now the purpose of adding the water is to stretch.
Yep, just to stretch the sauce because you don't want it to be too thick.
Okay, I noticed you didn't pour it all in at once.
No,
you
not
just gradually fold it in there?
Yeah, you want to stir occasionally.
Okay. It smells wonderful.
Okay, you can add it in.
Okay.
Throw it on in.
Both of them at the same time?
Both of them at the same
Good.
time.
Okay, we'll just dump the water chestnuts in, which I've already drained. Again, they do come in a can, so they contain water. So you want to drain those first. You really don't want to add water because vegetables tend to, as they cook, water comes naturally out of them. So you really don't want to add water to your vegetables, especially if you're cooking a stir fry.
And you also want to stir occasionally so it won't stick.
It looks delicious.
Thank you.
That looks absolutely wonderful.
And also, Kelly, I like to put a pinch of sugar just to enhance the flavors.
Okay.
And lemon pepper seasoning.
Okay.
And it kind of gets blended flavors. It's 2 pinches of, just 2 pinches.
2 pinches.
Yep.
Okay.
And it should bring out the flavor.
Now teriyaki automatically has like a sweet taste to it, sweet and tangy a little bit. Okay.
But remember, we season the chicken with lemon pepper.
Right.
So lemon is
Which
a
adds
little tart. Yep.
Okay.
And pepper is a little spicy. So the sugar kind of blends it all in together.
Wow. So we're actually right under 20 minutes.
20 minutes. So we're just gonna
right under 20 minutes.
Put it on.
Now you don't have a date coming over tonight. I get to eat this, right?
Yeah. Maybe that's exactly for you.
Right.
You want to remember to push, kind of make a little circle in your wok because it gets very hot in the middle.
Okay.
And then you just put the thing over. And if you don't have a wok, a large saucepan to do.
Okay.
And we just let it sit for 10 minutes and it'll be done.
And it'll be done. Now would you say it's ready?
Yep, it's almost ready. You want to say, just make sure all the vegetables is coated. And like I said, you don't want to keep it in too long so that the vegetables can remain crisp. But I can say it's ready. See, the onions is transparent.
Okay.
And it looks pretty good.
It looks delicious.
Ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat. Chicken breast for under $7, and we were able to use 2 chicken breasts, and this looks like it would definitely feed a family of 4. So you can save the other 4, right? We're gonna eat and you're gonna still have leftovers. So maybe you can give your leftovers to your honey.
Okay, then we're gonna scoop. You wanna make sure it's all stirred up. So you get a big spoon of everything.
Right.
And put it right on top.
Nice. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Now here is the segment we all love. Forks up or forks down? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, dig in.
Okay.
Forks up. It's delicious. This is absolutely delicious. So, but I'm gonna finish this delightful meal with our special guest. And again, I really want to thank you for joining us today and inviting us into your home. So as you can see, stir fry is a very simple, quick and easy meal to make. She used very little ingredients to her liking, which of course can vary by each person. So she used minute rice, which took literally 5 minutes to make. We used 2 cups of that and 2 cups of water. She used 1 green bell pepper, and 1 yellow onion. We just chopped those up according to how she wanted, and you can see they're not small pieces at all, so it didn't take a lot of time to do that. She chose to use fresh button mushrooms. We just cut those up. We used 4, and already we have a very nice portion here. We used water chestnuts that come in the can. Very simple, quick and easy to drain and just get ready to use as well. And then we use the fresh stir-fry combination. Comes in a pack all together at your local grocer. You can definitely get that probably anywhere. Very reasonably priced as well. And then you have a mixture of your broccoli, your snap peas, your carrots, and that's going to be delicious in her stir-fry as well. And I guess her key component is she mixes it with her teriyaki sauce. And this is Kiko Man. And I think we got this for about $2. Always remember, whether you're a top chef or an average Joe, as long as you cook with love, your food will always be delicious. So join us next time for another episode of the Average Joe Cooking Show with me, your host, Kelly Scott. And we may just be in your home.